So George made a little bit of a rant here. My anger is from the realization that the pendulum will never swing so far that I personally can benefit from it. It doesn't matter what I do, what I say, what I write, what I accomplish, who I inspire, who I influence, etc. I personally will never benefit. I will never profit from my work, and I will never benefit from my mission. The only possible good fortune I'm going to ever receive is possibly living to see a day where my idealism is spread a bit further. Actually make money? No. Speak freely on whatever platform? No. Hold any position in any organization? No. Be thanked by name by anyone who matters? No. Even when I can demonstrate beyond any benefit of a doubt that certain organizations like Cogent and Path are terrible, I can't even get the supposedly free speech orgs like Rumble to take it seriously. It almost feels like they have deliberately picked the two worst ISPs to do business with so that when Schaefer invariably chimps out and cuts them off, they can make a press release, Rumble at forefront of censorship, first company deplatformed by tier 1 internet backbone company. And then the boomers rally around them and give them $1 billion in market value to fight the good fight. Like, that's how it's going to happen. They don't want to avoid problems. They don't want to listen to weirdos who have been there and done that. They want to capture that essence and convert it to profit because they have the means and ability, whereas I never will and never can. Elon is very happy to let outright pedophiles on his platform so long as they don't attract enough negative attention. He's happy to make token gestures and allow Nick Fuentes on because it makes him look like a freedom fighter. He's not willing to allow me on because I'm not high profile enough. I attract all the wrong negative attention without making any point. And who cares what happens to the Kiwi Farms guy? He's not even on a political team. He doesn't vote. I'm gonna skip the next sentence in general. And I'm not even really sure why at this point. I feel like I hold back continuously. If I said what I really wanted to say, I'd be naming names in a way that would probably get arrested. I feel like I continually piss off everybody. We're not hardcore enough for actual criminal sites. We're not political enough for the far right. We're not correct enough for the left. But we're too correct for the libertarians. We're just the odd peg, a drama site that just so happened to piss off a bunch of really important, gross people. I'm gonna say people in heavy quotes there. So I have no friends and never will. I honestly feel like my life would be easier if I just let some political activist group, like the Groypers, take over and not along with Fuentes or some other group of insufferable retards. You cannot want profit plus want to fight, you must choose. He's been keeping the farms online for years, right? I understand the browbeaten feeling that he has, where he's basically become persona non grata and everybody sees him as like some hateful weirdo who hosts a website of only hateful weirdos. Are there hateful weirdos there? Yeah, fucking absolutely. And every time I talk about the farms, people like to leave out the part where I say I don't like the doxing that is done there. Like, if it's an actual criminal, yeah, who the fuck cares? But there are people who aren't criminals, who don't do criminal things, who are caught in the crossfires, and people post all their information in the hopes of getting those people harassed. And that's wrong and that's bad. But there are other reasons to have the website up, and especially I've said before, that is important for news-related things as well, because it's the only place you can get some kinds of information, especially when large events like mass shootings happen. Even polls stopped having good information on those. He's complaining that he's not getting personal benefit out of what he's doing. He's not getting positions, a career, money. If you spend your entire life fighting for your principles and what you believe in, and your reward for doing so is everyone hates you, no one wants to work with you, you're unpersoned from payment processors, everyone makes your life incredibly fucking hard, yeah, he has every right to complain about it, man. And sure, she's not mad about not making money. He's complaining about being barred from making money. Yes, exactly. And from this position, right, if you're fighting for what you believe in forever, and everyone just keeps taking opportunities away from you, like you're not even asking to be included in these things, they're just doing it before you even get there, right? I understand. It doesn't come off as selfish or weird to me that he's angry about this. It's like, yeah, he's fighting for what he believes in, he's fighting for his principles, and people are just taking him down a peg every single time. He's being unpersoned everywhere. His life has been made incredibly hard by the things that he's done. And again, I partially understand because the farms does allow some weirdos to propagate there. But again, I think it's an important place, and if he ever decided to stop fighting and let the farms get taken down, it would only be a matter of time before other websites would become problematic as well. It's not going to stop with getting the farms taken down, and anyone who thinks it is an idiot. Moon's kind of right. It's just like old Alex Jones. He's the canary in the coal mine and no one cares about him. Rumble then gets help because of connections. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it is. Like, he has none of these connections, and that's why it's like, it comes off as kind of like strange when he's like, be thanked by name by anyone who matters. No. And again, I have not been doing anything nearly as long as he has, but like when I talk about bridge, like I get it. I understand what he means by this. And I've only been doing bridge shit for like half a year, or give or take, right? I can't imagine him screaming from the rooftops about all the censorship bullshit that he does and being basically ignored by large platforms and anybody with influence who could actually do something about it. So like I completely understand where Null is coming from when he writes this kind of tirade. And yeah, for some people, they're just looking at the short term and they're like, oh, he's being a lol cow himself because he's getting upset. Like, do you expect him to not have any emotions whatsoever? Like, is he just supposed to take everything without getting upset about it? Like, I don't get it. And Kirsche really hates YouTubers using the farms as a Wikipedia and not having the balls to name drop them despite making lots of money off of them. That's what I said when Mudahar came out with the Keffels video as well. I was like, hopefully he credits the farms with any of this, because they had been speaking about Keffels for longer than anybody was willing to. And now that, you know, Keffels had been completely outed by more normal people, it was like, oh, it's okay now to talk about Keffels. But it wasn't okay to talk about Keffels when it was only the farms pointing out what Keffels did wrong. What did he even post that got him banned? He posted a Murdoch clip of D-Day. He basically said that, you know, the fight was for nothing. I was like, I probably shouldn't say my thoughts on that on a website like Twitch that's more trigger happy than Twitter. Mudahar's a grifter. I don't know much about Mudahar, but like, yeah, I can agree as well. And it's kind of the position I'd be in, right? Do you think if Bridge ever got super mainstream and people started noticing it, do you think people like Matt Walsh would give me credit for being the one who uncovered it? Do you think actual mainstream politicians would be like, oh yeah, this anime fox woman is the one who uncovered this entire thing? Do you think they would give me any credit for that? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. Not banned for anything he posted, but because Murdoch has other content that's bannable. It's like he shouldn't have been banned for that, and hopefully it was just like a mass reporting and he can get his account unbanned. I'm sure he submitted an appeal, but it's like I've been demonetized on Twitter since fucking October last year. I've sent so many fucking emails trying to get my monetization reinstated, and I just fucking can't. I don't know who I have to talk to. Whose dick do I gotta suck to get some actual humans in my fucking support tickets? Because I got mass reported when I talked about the pronoun people fucking up some anime wiki. All right. And it's like, when I say pronoun people, I think most sane people know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about everyone who identifies as like gay or whatever. I'm talking about the people who make pronouns a literal part of their fucking personality. Tag Muskie himself. I've tried tagging Muskie himself, and some people on the tweets that I made about it like several months ago even tagged Musk as well. I don't know what I gotta do to fucking fix this. Why are the alphabet people so socially hostile? The alphabet activists have to be socially hostile, because if they're not, if they don't encroach on your freedom of speech, you can easily untangle all the bullshit that they spew. My response to all of this was, I can understand the demoralized feeling of having everyone be against you all the time, and even those who try to be on your side, you can't really gauge how much they're trying to use you either to make hit pieces or to get secret knowledge or even to try and make content out of you. I can't imagine how fatigued one would have to feel from dealing with it as long and often as Null has. I'm sure even with venting and the hopeless feeling, he'll continue doing as he's done because he has a stubborn adherence to his principles, regardless of if it creates good or bad outcomes, which is admirable. The only possible good fortune I'm ever going to receive is possibly living to see a day where my idealism is spread a bit further, is a quote from him. And I said that's just as true as the other quote, a society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. Even if it inspires hope, it can still feel like a bleak realization sometimes. And that's where he's talking about where he's not going to be able to make any money on his principles. He's not going to be able to speak freely on any other platforms. He's not going to be able to hold any regular job in any organization anymore because he's the Kiwi Farms guy. And he's never going to be thanked by someone in a position to do anything about what his principles stand on. And so it's a bleak realization, but he's still planting a seed, and hopefully more people will also believe in similar things. Never compromise, even in the face of Armageddon. Yeah. What is this clip, KB? I didn't do that heavy. I love you. What? What is this? What is this? Sing for me. I didn't do those Christmas shoes. Those are the other people. The other people did the Christmas shoes. Josh, I want to be your girlfriend. I want to be a girl. I didn't do nothing. I talk with him heavy. And I'll talk about that on the next segment. Josh, I love you. I forgot this fucking weird ass interview he did. I completely forgot that I watched that. This was like some woman, I guess, who like was accusing Sam Hyde of like a sexual assault or whatever, and he finally got her to agree to an interview, and she showed up late, she had tech issues, and then she just started like blabbering about how she loves him and shit, and it's like, what the fuck is this? The Christmas shrooms! I completely forgot this even existed. It's so weird out of context. It definitely looks fucking weird. I don't love you, Josh. I'm sorry. Also seemingly under the influence. Yeah, with the Christmas shrooms, after all. She was very high. She was higher than MEOK in our debate. It was crazy. Jersh hates anime, but I want him to succeed. I wish Jersh was not an anime racist. I understand why he is, and I'm not gonna bother the man if he doesn't want to talk to anime people. I don't want to bother someone if they vehemently hate me, even if it's for the wrong reasons. He was an 8chan moderator. Of course he hates anime. Yeah, that's why I say it's real fucking understandable why he has the opinion that he does. Some people just don't like cartoons at all, and you don't expect them to be into Japanese cartoons. If that's the case, yeah, I don't fucking care, right? Like, I don't fucking care if he hates anime or he hates VTuber. I have fun calling him an anime racist, as it were, but like, I don't want to change his opinion on any of that. That's not anything I would ever want to do. I just don't want to be seen as a bad person because I like anime. I feel like it's an erroneous thing to apply to absolutely everyone, right? But again, I understand why he has that opinion, and so I don't hold it against him at all. Force Null to watch Higurashi. I feel like if Null was forced to watch Higurashi, he would just quite literally become anime Hitler. He would figure out some way to build like nuclear warheads next to his pepper farm, and then he would just nuke all anime people. He's already watched it. Oh fuck. That is not a good anime to show a man who is an anime racist. He'd nuke Japan again. That's insane. Don't do that. Oh my god. That'd be like showing fucking Sargon or Matt Walsh Made in Abyss. Like, what are you doing? Ideas are like viruses. They spread. If you fully understand what you believe and can argue for it in a coherent and convincing manner, your ideas will spread, thereby changing the world around you. Though the changes will be slight and slow, they will be there. Yes, but there are people that exist, right? And especially normies that will completely disregard things that you're saying, even if they're rational and based in fact, because they just don't like you, right? Much like I'm an anime woman, people on the right who would agree with nearly everything I'm saying will completely disregard me because, oh, disgusting anime pedo woman, right? Even though I don't look like a child and I don't advocate for sexualizing lolly, they would still call me pedo shit because I am an anime. And so they don't listen to anything I say, and there's nothing I can do about that. Same with Null. Null is Kiwi Farms guy, so regardless of any points that he makes that are rooted in reality or rational thought, people will disregard it because, oh, disgusting Kiwi Farms guy. I also, again, like, I don't, if somebody doesn't like anime, I don't want to change their opinion and be like, well, you just haven't watched the right anime. Well, you just haven't seen the right things for your taste. If they don't like it, I don't want to convince them otherwise. I just don't like being lumped into horrific crimes and being called a bad person and people disregarding things I say because I like anime and I use an anime avatar on the internet. And so I was like, I understand how Null feels, where people will just disregard him because of who he is rather than listening to what he says. Jersh has to understand politics is a team sport. Yeah, but I don't like the team sportiness of it. And it's like, how am I supposed to pick a team when, you know, people on the left hate me for my political ideology and people on the right hate me because I'm an anime woman, right? Like, what team am I supposed to pick if everyone hates me? You like Null and Matty, but you personally feel his comments about World War II and D-Day were distasteful. I understand where it came from, but still bad taste. Just because something is bad taste or you disagree with it doesn't mean it should be censored, though, right? And this is where I say, like, if somebody has an opinion of like, oh, the Holocaust didn't happen, they might be brain damaged and they might be wrong, but that shouldn't be punished by law, right? There shouldn't be a law from the government saying that you can't say dumb things. Same as you shouldn't be banned for saying something in bad taste, right? Like, was it Norm Macdonald who made the joke about like his timing for his 9/11 joke was perfect because it just happened? You want to be the first one to the punchline? All right, okay? There's no such thing as too soon. Was that Norm or was that someone else? I can't even remember. Wait, Kirsche is a Holocaust supporter. Dropped. Wait, hold on. If I was a Holocaust supporter, wouldn't I be a different kind of straight? Hold on. Wait a minute. Gilbert Gottfried? It might have been Gilbert Gottfried. I get things really confused. I have a bad memory. Gilbert Gottfried. I love that man's voice. It's so sad he's gone, dude. He just made you remember the 95-year-old granny that was sued for denying the Holocaust. Yeah, it's absolutely silly. It's absolutely silly. But yeah, even if you find it distasteful and even if you disagree with it, he should still be allowed to say those things on Twitter, especially if Elon is billing it as a free speech website, right? Like, he's the one who makes the TOS. So he doesn't even have the excuse of, oh, you know, I would allow it, but the TOS, like I do in Discord, right? I don't run Discord. He runs Twitter. Null screaming into the void about what his younger self's libertarian live and let live ideology has come to. When he used to hate people who judged others and tried to control morality, he's literally fighting demons that are from his own neglect. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I think most people who start moving more to the right when they're younger adopt the libertarian live and let live ideology. And it's very easy to do so because that should be like the default ideology, right? You should be able to have the position of, I don't care what you do, just let me grill, right? You should be able to take that. That should be normal. But when you have a group of people who are just like, yeah, actually, we don't want to just let you live. You need to adhere to our cult-like ideology, and we're going to make it inescapable for you. You can't. You really can't. And it's unfortunate because you have to continuously be vigilant if you want actual freedom. And a roller coaster enjoyer. That's also funny. Thank you for the $5. Thank you.